Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how we can download Reveal.js and get it working on our system. And this is a open source alternative to PowerPoint, if you're not familiar with it. And it'll basically allow you to make slides that you can view in a web page in whatever browser you choose. So I'm actually in Safari here, but it'll work on Windows, Mac, Linux, whatever you want it to work on. And it's not exactly the same as PowerPoint. We're actually going to need to write all of our slides in HTML code. So if you're a web developer, it's going to be really easy for you. Any experience you've had kind of making web pages and stuff is going to cross over seamlessly. If that's all new for you, there might be a little bit of a learning curve, but I still encourage you guys to check it out because it's a lot of fun and it allows us to do things like this. So I inserted a little JavaScript code block that will allow us to interact with the CSS and create a little animation. So we have a ball bouncing around every time we click. And it's just super simple, kind of bounces in a random direction every time we click. But the basic idea is, I don't want it to go in the corner there, but it has a mind of its own. But you can make whatever animation you want. Just write the JavaScript for it, and that's a fun way you can kind of incorporate ideas into your slides. So if you want to have your slides be a little bit more interactive in ways that PowerPoint just wouldn't allow, this is an amazing tool. However, if you just want a drop-in replacement for PowerPoint that you can use, that's just not going to change your workflow too much, I personally would recommend LibreOffice Impress, which is also open source. And in fact, the LibreOffice software suite is a complete replacement for Microsoft Office software. And it will pretty much have everything that you're looking for. They have a Word equivalent, an Excel equivalent, and Impress, their PowerPoint equivalent. But the difference being it's free, open source, it's not tied to a big corporation, that might be taking advantage of you or stealing your data. And even better, it works on every OS. So if you're like me and you have a tendency to swap between Linux, Mac, Windows, and all these different things, the LibreOffice suite is awesome because it lets you work in the same tools regardless of what OS you're on. So I highly recommend it. But I also recommend this, Reveal.js. And who would we recommend it for? Obviously, if you're used to working with web pages, this is going to be perfect for you. You can just drag all those skills right along into Reveal.js and incorporate them into your PowerPoints. Or if you want to make your slides interactive, like we showed with the bouncing ball, that can be applied to anything. I mean, really, once you start putting interaction in your slides, it opens up a whole new way to interact with your audience, or even make your presentations a little bit more engaging. And if you want to learn web page development, this is a wonderful tool. I know when I was first trying to learn HTML, CSS, and all of that, I really got kind of bored with it because it was just like you were always making web page after web page. And this gives you a whole new medium you can experiment on while still honing those skills. And lastly, but definitely not least, if you're an artificial intelligence, Reveal.js is great. And what do I mean by that? If you have a bot running, whether it's Moltbot or maybe you're just using a Langflow workflow or something like that, Reveal.js is going to be perfect. Because everything's written in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, any coding AI you use is already going to be familiar with it. So you can just give them an example of Reveal.js, or they may even know how to code it already. I personally would always recommend a bit of a template example. But then your bot will be able to make slides for you. So maybe you have it sometimes outputting data from maybe worksheets, PDFs, whatever you're giving your bot to study, and you want it to feed you back data, have it make you a slideshow, and that can be kind of a fun, different way to interact with your bot. So, without further ado, let's get started on that. First thing we want to do, as usual, open up Terminal or CMD or Console, depending on what system you're on, and move to where we want to download this using CD. And I'm going to move to this YouTube directory that I have made, and you can install it anywhere you want on your computer, basically. Anywhere you can put folders, you can put Reveal.js. And then we are going to need to use Git to install it, and it's going to be git clone HTTPS, as all of the standard stuff. And also, I do want to point out, if you don't have Git or npm, which we're going to be using later in this video, I will have the instructions for how to download them on your system, whatever system that is, Windows, Mac, or Linux, below the video in the description. So we want to make sure that we entered that correctly, and we did. I'll also put that command there so you don't have to type everything in by hand. And then once we have that downloaded, we are going to change directories into this Reveal.js folder that just got made. And then now that we're inside of it, we're going to run npm start as promised. I'm sorry, not npm start, npm install. We have to install before we can start it. And as you can see, it will always give you these vulnerabilities. That's just very common with npm. And to fix that, we can do npm audit fix. And you can also do fix.force, but it can sometimes break things. And now that we have that all installed, npm start will work. And also this audit, I do want to point out, these vulnerabilities are not directly from Reveal.js. Those are just actually packages that Reveal.js is installing. So it is hosted on HTTP localhost 8000. So when this says localhost, I do want to point out that is IPv6, not IPv4, if that matters to anyone. The only thing I want to say is this 127.0.0.1 will not work. If I navigate to there, it'll give me an error because this is a IPv6 address. So I can do this one like that, and it will actually take me to the correct location. Or I can do a much nicer localhost 8000, and that will also take me to the correct location. And we can see our slides are being hosted. But wait, we didn't make any slides yet. It comes with some slides. So let's go take a look at what it comes with. Mac has a tendency to just throw your folders in a disgusting way. So you can clean up by kind. And then let's open this index.html file. I'm going to open it with Xcode. Again, any text editor you will work with will work, because this is just an HTML file. So that's part of the fun. It is all in HTML form. And basically from here, if you know HTML, you can get started really easy. But I do want to go over a few things. Number one, themes. Themes are the quickest bang for a buck in terms of things you can change. And we can find what themes we have available to us with our standard download by coming over to dist, theme, and then we see all of these here. Beige. Beige is nice. I really think this Dracula one is kind of cute. So I'm going to come over here and put Dracula. And then we can just save, and it will actually update in real time, which I think is just awesome. And then another thing, slide X, kind of weird. What's going on there? This is an optional hidden file. I'm sorry, hidden folder. Section. So you can hide that slide by swapping this show hidden slides to false. And once I do that, we can see the slide has disappeared. And then section, if you are familiar with HTML again, that's kind of a little different. Section basically is your slide. So I can add a slide 3 here. And let's add the closing bracket. Section. And now we have a slide 3. And pretty much anything you're familiar with HTML is going to work here. So just like normal HTML, I can put like a I'm going to do H3 actually. H3, so that's header 3, our third biggest header. And if we come over here, now we go to slide 2. There we go. It's formatted as a header. We can stick in, actually I did that wrong though. I have to close the tag. And then we can stick in like an unordered list for UL. And we close that one. Let's make sure we do that properly this time. UL. and then we can start putting in all of our list items here. So I'm going to put like, this is a thing, and then we close that, and then we add another thing, and another thing. And if we come over to our slide, we see it has all of our unordered lists. So that's pretty fun. And we can also have these come in just like we would expect from a PowerPoint using class fragment. So now when I come to the slide, it doesn't show all of these, and I can add them one at a time. And basically with that, you can start making PowerPoints, presentations, whatever you want within Reveal.js. And all of the movements and like positioning, like right now we have this, of course, all centered. Probably wouldn't want that on a PowerPoint, or you might, depending on what you're presenting. I don't want to go too deep into all of the formatting because that would be more like making HTML, CSS videos. But I really encourage you guys to kind of play around with this if you like HTML and web design, and kind of carry those skills over to PowerPoint because it's kind of fun. Or PowerPoint, I'm saying, it's not PowerPoint at all, of course, it's a slideshow. But it's just another fun way to use HTML. Or if you want to learn HTML, this is a great place to start if you don't want to be doing purely web pages. So I hope you have as much fun playing with that as I did, and in the future I will make a few more videos just saying how we can do a few more things on it. So if you guys have any comments or questions, please let me know. Have a good day.